Ocean travel has fascinated people for a millennium, me included. So much so, I've built many ships in the Roblox game Welcome to Bloxburg. This one shouldn't be any different, right? Wrong. And you're about to find out why. Bloxburg is a game designed to build a house and you roleplay in it. Pretty simple concept for a game. Do you think if we showed Co-optus, like a build from today, he'd believe it's in Bloxburg? I don't think he would. Some of these builds are insane. And after 9 years of Bloxburg existing, it's become so advanced that you can pretty much build anything. And every ship I build, I try and make it a little bit better than the last one. But I'm about to build the greatest liner I've ever designed, by far. The most accurate liner I've ever built. And I'm about to spend over 200 hours putting this ship together. And you're coming with me. And I don't want to hear it. You're too bad. You're coming with me, alright? For this liner, I wanted to give it a custom hull, made up of lots of little triangles. But the problem is, I hadn't done it before, and I wanted to practice beforehand, so I'd have an idea of what I was getting myself into. Now, I did record this, and in fact, I recorded about 50% of the entire process. However, I lost a lot of footage, as it corrupted when I transferred it from my PC to my hard drive to make room for more recordings. So I actually only have screenshots of my test hull, but sadly that's not all I lost. Because I transferred the first 2 weeks of footage to my hard drive, I lost all of my early construction footage. Footage of me making the exterior, making my hull, and the start of the interior. And I just wanted to scrap this whole video when I found out. But I pushed through and continued to record my progress. So unfortunately I only have screenshots of the early progress, and because of this we kinda had to fast forward to around 2 weeks into the build, so I'll fill you in with what I have so far to the best of my ability. Now again, I don't have any screenshots of this, but I'll show you with the screenshots that I do have. But from the time I lost my footage, the only real interiors I had was the start of the lounge room, the start of the dining room, and the start of the reception room, as well as the majority of my basic interior. Now, the only thing we can really do now is just fast forward 2 weeks, so I'll see you there. I think the best way to go about this video is just pretend like I did have all that footage and just basically just talk and make this video like nothing ever happened. So that's what I want to do. So from around the 40 to 45 hour mark, my goal was just to smash out the lounge, just make it look really nice, really perfect. Obviously based off Queen Mary, but I wasn't like super happy with it, and it was just kind of like in the back of my head as a room I wasn't super happy with. But I eventually decided, okay, it's good for now, I'll work on small things and I'll come back to it later, which is what I did. So as I said before, the lounge was kind of bugging me a little bit. It had for a while, even in the footage I lost, so I decided to treat myself to building one of my favorite things, which is engines. If you know me, I love building engines, I love learning about steam engines, I love everything to do with engines, and this particular engine is a Parsons steam turbine, and now I sound like an absolute nerd when I say it, but I'm really happy with how the engines turned out. Now, they did improve slowly over time. This is just when I started building them, so don't leave your horrible comments yet to all my fellow Oceanliner nerds. I made it look a lot better and a lot more accurate later down the line. So one room I was really excited to start working on is the bar, which is based off of Queen Mary 2's bar, and it has like this cool circle within a circle kind of design. And I thought it'd translate really well to Bloxburg, so I thought I'd give it a try. It turns out I was right. It translated perfectly and looks super awesome. Dude, this looks sick. Wait, can you see the... Okay, you can see the tea maker. Good. By shoving a tea and coffee machine inside the bar, it gave me a really nice, clean, and elegant way to serve drinks here, and it's a technique I use in other parts of the ship as well. But now, I had a big job on my hands. It was time for me to finally start working on the cabins. This is good and bad, because cabins are fun, but they take a really long time, and sometimes can be a bit repetitive, but I had a plan to use a different theme for each cabin to make it less repetitive and more fun. After a while, my first cabin was done, and when I went back to look at my footage, I expected myself to be, talking like you'd normally talk to yourself when you're making a video, but no. I think I was tired, but hey, it doesn't matter, let's make the next cabin! Because that's exactly what I did. So as I said before, each cabin has like its own little theme along with being Art Deco, and this is the Zeppelin one, and if you know me, you know I love my Zeppelins, so I was really excited to do this one. And again, when I walked in, I just didn't say anything, I don't know why, but that didn't stop me from grinding for the next like hour and a half afterwards. Now, I did end up going to sleep after I grinded to 100k, but the next day I came on and started working on my reading room. Now, this room wasn't really based off any real ocean liners. I had a vision and I just wanted to test how it would look in-game, and I think it turned out well, but it is a room I came back and fixed up later on, so it does look kind of weird now, but I promise I fixed it later. Oh, this room actually kind of good. Okay, I think that translated kind of well. It is kind of small. Now, I wasn't super happy with the reading room, but I was happy enough with it to start working on my smoking room. Now, I don't condone smoking, but it is accurate, so I'm adding one to my ship. I'm also adding this cool blackjack table, and I think it translated really well to Bloxburg. This is so cool, dude. It's fair to say I was pretty happy with the blackjack table design. That's so cool. After I finished the blackjack tables, I went to bed, and the next afternoon I started grinding because shipbuilding is not cheap, and I needed to finish some more cabins. And that's exactly what I did. I kept grinding till I had enough money to finish my Zeppelin cabin. Then one of my friends asked me to check out his ship so far, and I was pretty impressed with his progress. Good job, PKR. Now, I wanted to have something else to kind of accompany the blackjack tables for the smoking room, so I decided to make 2 little poker tables, and I think they turned out really nice as well. Alright, so I got 3 like, blackjack tables here, they look really clean. I got a poker table here. Oh, great. Bruh. Okay, well, I got 2 poker tables. So far, the smoking room was going great. I wasn't 100% sure about the shape, but I was working to deal with it. So I finished up a couple last minute things in the smoking room, then started working on some world map decals, and then just started working on random stuff for the rest of the day. One of the main things I worked on for the rest of the day was the suite corridor, which I think turned out pretty well. I wasn't 100% sure about how well it would fit in with the rest of the ship, so I did switch it up quite a lot later on. But now it was time for me to do something that I didn't think would take super long, but it did, and that's to find a bunch of blueprints of steam engines to put in the steam engineering cabin. Then I made sure to finish decaling the rest of the ship so far. So I wanted to finish all the cabins on the starboard side, so to do that I needed to add one more cabin, which is the 1930s jet airliners cabin. Now it was finally time for me to work on my staircase, which is a semi-custom staircase, and it did have a problem with part of it clipping into the wall, but I did fix that later down the line, so don't worry and don't yell at me in the comments. My next job was to just go around and polish everything, change up a lot of little small things about like decals and textures and stuff, which is what I did. It took a long time, but it was definitely worth it. Okay, I just want to say, the timestamps in hours is accurate because I got an extension the day before I started building Project 1. So I am rounding the numbers to make it look better for the video, but we are 77 hours in. Now, as I said at the start, I didn't record everything. I recorded about 50%, and the main thing that happened from the last time you saw me was the reception room. I made it so much better. I think it looks a lot better and more clean with the green color scheme. I should become a rapper. That was crazy. As I said, shipbuilding is very expensive, and I spent the next hour and a half grinding just so I would have some money. And if you want to find out how much the ship cost, stick to the end, because it's a big number. So as I said at the start, no one's seen the ship before. No one had come aboard, it was just me, it was completely hidden from the public. I did decide I wanted to show some of my crew members, so I got some feedback. This way I had more opinions and I knew what I needed to do to make the ship the best it could be. So I ended up showing my crew through the ship and asked them for their feedback. Oh, what's your opinion on the Project 1 so far?
I think it's very majestic. I think it's gonna be... Hang on. Let me get my train of thought together. I think it's a great improvement to the company, and I think it's gonna be a new generation.
Yippee!
Yay!
I think this is the next step in BSO history.
So far looks incredible. All the detail is crazy. So far, this is my favorite vessel.
So I will make this room look better. The next time you guys see the ship will be on the launch day where everyone else comes aboard. So with that, I had a lot of new feedback and things that I knew I needed to do to make the ship as good as it could be. So that's what I decided to do. Although I did stay on a call with the crew for a bit longer and we just had some fun. By this point, I was getting pretty tired and burnt out. I'd been building for 80 hours and it had only been about a month. So I decided to hop on a call with crew member Ernie to break things up and help pass the time. We planned to start working on the dance hall, although we got a bit distracted.
Okay, that one's not too bad.
There's nothing like wrong with it. Like, it's kind of weird, but...
Oh god, there's a Normandy one. Oh
Gosh.
no! Oh no! Where did I find? I don't even...
How did we get here?
I just
by
found
the
it.
same artist, it has to be.
It has to be.
Eventually, we got back on track and actually started working on the dance hall. But it was really good talking with Ernie and, you know, socializing a bit more during this project because I was really getting burnt out. And just having some fun as I was building was exactly what I needed. We didn't really get much done, but that's not the point. The point is it revitalized me and I was ready to get working properly again the next day. Although I couldn't get working the next day because I had no money, so I needed to grind for a little bit before I could get back to building. Okay, so it's the next day and I've been doing a little bit of work redoing the reading room from what it was yesterday. As you can see, I still had a lot of work, but what I ended up doing is I started to recolor this room. It still needs a lot of work. I need to fix things. I'll make sure it looks really nice before the ship launches. Okay, so apparently I suck at keeping my head a consistent distance from my microphone because that bit of footage was a little bit weird. But anyway, regardless, the reading room's looking a lot better. Same with the dining room. I did change up the dining room a lot in the future, so don't worry if it looks kind of weird now. Okay, so now I had a job in my hands and I've been kind of procrastinating for a while. So up until now, the staircase of Pelagic was kind of pushed into the wall a bit, but now I was bringing it out and making it actually work like a normal staircase, so you didn't have to go into first person to not get stuck. So that's what I'm doing here. So it was the next day and I really wanted to get my dining room done, and I wanted it to be a reference to my previous ship, Petunia 2, in its color scheme, but still have that SS Ile-de-France design. So that's what I did. I think it actually turned out really well and became one of my favorite rooms on the whole ship. I ended up showing Dialing one of my crew members around, and he agreed that it was super cool. I don't exactly know what we're talking about in chat right now, but yeah, he thought it was sick, I thought it was sick, and it did end up being one of my favorite rooms on the ship when the ship was done. I took some time to try and convince KierX10 to add engines to his Normandy, but he just told me to shut up. And before you knew it, I was broke again and I needed to work. Can you see like a pattern forming here? Because this is getting pretty repetitive. I did take another quick break to check out another one of KierX10's builds, which is just really cool. I left KierX10's channel linked in the description if you want to check out more of his work. Now, as I said at the start of this video, I wanted this ship to be the best ship I've ever built, just the best BSL vessel ever. And the main thing I felt that was keeping this ship from being my best was the bridge front. It was like kind of blocky, it wasn't really smooth, so I spent 4 hours fixing it. And this is at 100x speed and I still can't show it all to you because it took me so long. I also ended up deleting all the lifeboats I'd made so far and remade them with new davits that looked so much cleaner. The whole process of redoing the bridge front took so long, but it was so worth it. Just look at this before and after. It looks so much better. So the next day I just worked to make sure all the glitches were gone. It was looking really clean and everything was going perfectly until I realized that I might have messed up a little bit. I screwed up. So I made this new bridge front, right? It looks so nice. And if I go to delete it, it costs like 25,000, right? It deletes all of this. But here's the problem. It clips into the bridge. Now this was absolutely devastating because as you can see it's red. I can't just delete it and put it back. I need to take everything off manually. Then I gotta replace the roof and put it all back. This is gonna be so much fun. Although, by the next day, it was all fine and I added all the windows, so it was looking really good. I am so happy with this. Like, the new bridge front is on, all the windows, the new lifeboats. It just looks so clean. Despite all the stress of building this ship, seeing it with all the windows on made me pretty happy. Don't show that side. No, don't do that. Let's just go. There we go. By this point, I was so close to the 100-hour mark, I was just fixing little things, changing some colors before it happened, but I was so excited. And as you can see, we have just spent... Oh, wait, no. Anyway, we have just hit 100 hours. That's equivalent to over 4 days of building. And I'm editing right now. I'm not even halfway done. I mean, I probably spent about 300 hours on the Empress Bloxburg ship. That took me 7 months. I'm a month into this, and it's already taken me 100 hours. So yeah, that's not looking great for me. So at the 100-hour mark, the plot is worth 1.5 million, and it has a plot data of 64%. After hanging out with Ernie for a little bit more, it was time to get back to work. Now, as I said at the start, I lost all of my footage of me doing my custom hull, but thankfully, I still had half of my custom stern to do, so you guys will actually see some footage of me doing the custom hull. So it looks like this. It's like basically a frame with a bunch of triangles on it, and you just kind of fill in the frame with all the triangles, and it gives it like a really nice curve. It's really annoying and really finicky, but it's 100% worth it. My next job was to do all the windows on the starboard side, but I was again on a call, so I was a little bit distracted, but it doesn't matter. I got it done, and it happened, and it looks awesome. Over the next couple of hours, nothing really happened. I just grinded, fixed some things on the ship, and was having fun with some friends. We have a breaking news. There's a man who was about to jump off the ship, off of Pelagic. Oh, he's not jumping off the ship. We're good. He's just gonna jump in instead, which is much safer. It's much safer. Oh, and there goes his ankle. Oh, their ankles are gone. Okay, I forgot to record, but I basically have started to redo my lounge because the other one was kind of boring. I need to fix that. But we got a big room with decals. I might change the decal. I don't know. I'm gonna have some decals up there as well. Cool, like Normandy-ish light fixtures. I'll move that. You know, you got the stage here. You open this, and then you get to the dance room. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself right here, because I'm editing this. I've finished the ship by the time I'm recording this audio. I don't know what I was thinking with this color scheme, because it kind of sucks. So just bear with me, because I fix it, and it looks really, really nice at the end. But just, you're just gonna have to deal with the disgusting yellow for, like, the next, like, 20 hours or something, but whatever. I spent the next 3 hours just fixing it up. I didn't change the color scheme yet, that comes later down the line, but this is definitely an improvement from the Queen Mary-esque lounge I had prior. Then my next job was to do the portside cabins, which was going fine. I did an exploration one, I did a BSL theme, and then I also did an Age of Sail theme, so they were looking pretty cool. Now the main gripe people had with my previous ship, Petunia 2, is there was no way to get to the exterior, so that's something I wanted to fix on this ship, but it was still scaled, so I had to bend the rules a little bit. You'll see what I did later on in the video. So at this point, I'm like adding in like the last couple rooms that haven't been built yet, like the galley and the crew quarters. So it's getting close to being done. At this point, I was super happy with the ship, but there were a couple of rooms that I wasn't 100% sure about, and I was ready to get to work to make sure that I was happy with every room on board. So I decided to just crack down and recolor the lounge, and I also redid all the cabins. Yeah, I just completely destroyed all 6 of my themed cabins to just replace them because I wasn't happy with them. Did I mention I wanted this to be my best ship ever? Because I wasn't gonna stop until it was. But that doesn't mean I couldn't have a little fun.
You knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then it suddenly appeared before me, the only one my heart will ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me.
And when I looked, the moon had turned to
gold.
Okay, I can't remember the rest of it, but that was crazy. That went hard.
Cool.
That went hard.
That went pretty hard.
That we gotta do that for a voyage.
Made me hard.
But huh?
What happened?
You said that goes hard, and someone said it makes me hard.
No, it does.
Okay,
Actually,
okay.
for me especially.
I couldn't agree
no.
more. I couldn't agree more. And now it was finally time for the BSL community to see the ship for the first time. Now the turnout of this event was actually huge. There was over 20 people here, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, that's pretty damn good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the launch of BSL Cruises Project 1 Ocean Liner. This liner is the most important, influential, and more importantly accurate liner we've ever built. Before we go ahead with the christening and launch, I would like to personally thank you for all of your support and contribution to the Bloxburg Steamship Line and our partners. We would like to take a moment to thank the partners of BSL Cruises: Galveston Islands Steamship Company, Pan Bloxburgian Cruise Service, White Ribbon Line, Infinity Cruise Line, Bloxburg Aquatics, Ocean Odyssey Bloxburg, and the Bloxburg United States of America. Thank you for helping BSL grow to what it is today. Without any further ado, we would like to go ahead with the christening and name reveal of the Project 1 Ocean Line. The Bloxburg Steamship Line would like to welcome Katie and Mary with the honor of christening this vessel. It is with great pride and triumph that BSL Cruises' newest ocean liner, the flagship of the fleet, TSS Pelagic, shall be launched into the Atlantic to serve her company and crew for years to come. Please smash the bottle now. We ask sailors of old and the mood of God that is the sea to accept Pelagic as her name to help her through her passages and allow her to return with the crew safely. But that was only the start of the launch. It was time for the BSL community to see the ship for the first time. Welcome aboard TSS Pelagic, everyone. Welcome aboard. First impressions were strong and everyone was loving the ship. Everyone that attended the event was then given a full tour of the ship so far. However, I'm not going to show this to you. In fact, I want to skip forward until the ship is completed to show you what I have, just to build some suspense. And after the tour was done, the ship was finally floating. Oh yeah, we also had lunch on board. That was pretty fun. And with that, the TSS Pelagic was complete. I had successfully spent 224 hours building this ship, and it was a journey, man. I was so stressed about some rumors, but it all came together perfectly at the end. And I'm so glad I did it. I wouldn't change it for the world. But I want to thank everyone that contributed to the ship, everyone that, was talking to me while I was building, everyone that was encouraging me, everyone that gave me the criticism I needed to push the ship to be my best. Thank you to everyone. There's like a list of names on the screen right now. Thank you all so much. And thank you to you for watching this video. And if you could consider subscribing, that'd mean a lot to me. I'm a small creator trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. It'd mean the world to me if you would subscribe or just like the video. But apart from that, I've been Commodore Turner. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.